Last chapter, we talked about minding your own business, building assets on the side, quietly, while your job pays your bills. Today, we go deeper, because Rich Dad had a question that changed everything Robert Kiyosaki thought he knew. He asked, why do the rich keep getting richer, while working people keep paying more? The answer is not luck. It is not corruption. It is not just about race or class. It is about two things: history and structure. By the end of this video, you will understand a game that has been running for over 100 years, and you will know how the rich play it, and how you can too. Let us begin. Most of us grew up hearing about Robin Hood, the hero who stole from the rich and gave to the poor. It is a good story. People love it. But Rich Dad had a problem with Robin Hood. He said, Robin Hood is celebrated as a hero, but think about what he was actually teaching people. He was teaching them to take from those who have more. That is not financial intelligence. That is resentment dressed up as justice. And here's the danger. When you spend your life hoping someone will take from the rich and give to you, you never build the skills to build wealth yourself. That mindset keeps you dependent. Rich Dad was not saying the rich are always right. He was saying, do not wait for someone to rescue you. Build now. Let us look at history, because this is where the real lesson begins. Here is something most schools never teach you. In 1913, the United States introduced something called the income tax. Before 1913, there was no income tax in America. None. You worked. You kept what you earned. The government funded itself other ways. So who pushed for the income tax? Here's the twist. The tax was originally sold to the public as a tax on the rich. Only the wealthy would pay it. The poor and the middle class cheered. Finally, the rich would contribute more. But here is what happened over time. The rich hired accountants, tax lawyers, advisors. They found legal ways to reduce what they owed. And slowly the tax burden shifted. It moved from the rich to the working people. Today, millions of employees around the world pay a significant share of their income in taxes before they even see it. It is taken from their salary automatically. Meanwhile, wealthy business owners and investors use legal structures to pay far less, sometimes almost nothing. This is not a conspiracy. It is how the system was designed to evolve, and it is the same pattern everywhere: in Kenya, in Nigeria, in South Africa, in Tanzania, in the UK, in the US. The employee is always the most exposed, the most taxed, the most visible. So what do the rich use to protect their money? The corporation. Now I know that word sounds formal. It sounds like something for big companies and board meetings. But stay with me, because this is the most important concept in this chapter. A corporation is a legal structure, a separate legal entity. It is not a person. But in the eyes of the law, it has rights and protections similar to a person. Rich Dad explained it like this. When you earn money as an employee, this is what happens. You earn. The government takes their share first, then you live on what is left. Earn, tax, spend. But when you earn money through a corporation, the order changes completely. You earn. You spend on legitimate business expenses. Then the government taxes what is left. Earn, spend, tax. Same income, completely different outcome. The rich figured this out a long time ago, and they built structures that allow them to live inside this second system. Let us make this real. A wealthy business owner can legally run many personal needs through their corporation as business expenses. Travel for work purposes, a car used for business, meals at restaurants where business is discussed, continuing education, health-related costs in some countries. home office expenses. None of this is illegal. All of it is strategy. The employee cannot do this. They pay for all those things from their salary, after tax. The corporation owner pays for many of those things before tax. This is the financial gap Rich Dad was describing. It is not just about income. It is about which game you are playing. And the game changes depending on what structure you operate inside. Now let us be honest about our context. If you are watching this from Tanzania, Uganda, Ghana, or anywhere in Africa, the specific laws are different from America. The structures are different. The tax codes are different. But the principle is exactly the same. Across Africa, formal employment is heavily taxed through PAYE, pay as you earn. The salary worker has no control. Tax is taken before they ever touch the money. Meanwhile, business owners and registered companies have access to deductions, allowances, and structures that reduce their tax burden legally. This is not corruption. This is not paying bribes. This is using the system as it was designed to be used. Rich Dad's lesson applies to Dar es Salaam just as much as Dallas. Build through a structure. Do not just earn as an individual if you can help it. If you are studying in the UK right now or working abroad, you are inside one of the most structured financial systems in the world. Learn how it works. Take that knowledge home. Build with it. Robert Kiyosaki asks a direct question in this chapter. Why do the rich get richer? His answer is not because they are lucky, or because they were born wealthy, or because the system favors them unfairly. His answer is because they have financial intelligence that the poor and middle class were never taught. Financial intelligence is knowing how money works, how taxes work, how legal structures work, how to use the law in your favor instead of being crushed by it. This is not taught in school. In fact, most schools teach you how to be a good employee. Pay your taxes, work hard, save. That advice is not wrong, but it is incomplete. It teaches you to play the game without ever understanding the rules. Rich Dad spent years teaching Robert the rules, the things that happen in the financial world that most people never see because they were never shown. And this is what the yield is for. This is why we are here. So what is the takeaway for a 22-year-old in Nairobi or Accra or Lagos? What is the takeaway for a Tanzanian student in Manchester or a Ghanaian professional in Dubai? You are probably not starting a corporation this week. That is fine. But you need to start thinking differently about your future income. The goal is not just to earn more. The goal is to build a structure that protects what you earn. Whether that is a registered business, a side hustle run through a proper entity, or a long-term plan to own assets that generate income. Start thinking in structures, not just salaries. Most people spend their whole lives inside the earn, tax, spend loop. The rich escape it, not through magic, through knowledge and structure. That is what this chapter is teaching you. The door exists. You just have to know it is there. Chapter 4 was about the rules of the game. Now you know that taxes are not neutral. Structures matter. The order in which money moves determines how much you keep. Chapter 5 is where it gets even more personal, because it is about the 5 biggest obstacles that stop smart, hard-working people from ever becoming wealthy. Not laziness, not bad luck. 5 specific mental and emotional barriers that Rich Dad identified. And they are so common. You will recognize them immediately. You might even recognize yourself. Chapter 5 is next. Stay with us. Build quietly, arrive undeniably.